In South America, the fans are passionate about their motorsport and nowhere more than here. Up to 2 million enthusiastic supporters have turned up to watch round 9 of the World Rally Championship. That's right, this is Rally Argentina. It's one of the toughest challenges in the world calendar. Huge jumps, dramatic water splashes, and a mixture of fast-flowing and slow, demanding stages. The sandy gravel base is littered with rocks. The weather is unpredictable. To win in Argentina is not an easy task. The action takes place in the province of Cordoba to the northwest of Buenos Aires. Just 3 stages in the foothills of the Andes, and then 2 runs through the short super special stage remain today. 64 kilometers against the clock. It's been a woeful year for Skoda so far, and once again the Czech teams failed to make an impact. Broken suspension ended Yanni Parsonen's rally, while Armin Schwartz is struggling for pace down in 16th. One man who hasn't had a problem impressing this season is Gigi Galli. The Italian was on the limit from the off.
Still the rear bumper.
The Mitsubishi driver was lying 4th till he too damaged his suspension, then broke his transmission. Better news for Mitsubishi has come from the performance of Harry Rovanperä. The Finn made one mistake early on, but has fought his way back to challenge for 4th place. The man in his way is fellow Finn Tony Gardemeister. Ford's #1 has finished every rally in the points this season. It's been another consistent performance here. Tony's 11 seconds ahead of his compatriot, despite the odd scare in the slippery conditions.
Nyppy 150.
Peter Solberg began Rally Argentina determined to get back to his winning ways, but the cards have not been stacked in his favour.
6 left, bottom, 1 right bus, tightens up long, opens, 2 left minus.
The Norwegian had led early on, but brake failure late yesterday leaves him coming 3rd into the final leg. It was a wild ride yesterday for Petter and co-driver Phil Mills.
40. See if it'll go. Keep it going. 6 left minus to McLean, start long, tightens. Okay, Huawei.
And no handbrake failure, and the brake.
No.
Solberg was passed on stage 14 by a hard-charging Marcus Grönholm. The former Rally Argentina winner excelled in the fast-flowing stages of leg 2 and set a string of fastest times to put himself into contention for a first victory in 2005. It's been an ultra-committed performance from the Finn.
Oikein tosi hidas. Tosi hidas.
Coming into the final day, Grönholm's 25 seconds, though, behind rally leader Sebastian Loeb. He had a close brush with a cow in the road on day 1, but it's already been a record-breaking season for the world champion, and he's on course to claim his 6th win in a row, a new record, and his 7th of the season. Even the world champion, though, was finding the slippery conditions a little tricky.
I was pushing like hell and everything was okay.
One mistake from the Frenchman today and Grönholm could snap up the lead. The other battle to watch is that for 4th between Gardemeister and Rovanperä. Well, this rally is somewhat of a victim of its own success. The sheer number of spectators on this morning's famous high-altitude El Condor stage delays the start by 20 minutes. And with temperatures down to -4 Celsius, it's a chilly start for fans and drivers alike. Privateer Manfred Stolz finished in the points twice this season. The Austrian's on course to claim one more time here. He's running in 8th place. A sluggish start from Francois Deval could allow Stoll to challenge the Citroën driver for 7th. The Belgian's back with the team after being dropped for 2 rallies and subbed by Carlos Sainz. He's under pressure to get to the finish. He's just 17 seconds ahead of the Austrian after stage 18. Harry Rovanperä, meanwhile, starts the day hoping to take 4th from Tony Gardemeister. The Finn's got a good record in Argentina, and improvements to Mitsubishi's Lancer's rear suspension seem to have made a real difference this weekend.
Nykyinen yli pitkä, vaan sen eri plus sisältö jatkaa.
Gardemeister is next on stage. He's just 11 seconds ahead as he begins the day's action. El Condor is one of the most recognisable stages in the championship, a spectacular setting for rallying. Rovanperä is through the first split, 4.4 kilometres into the stage. That's a steady start from Harry.
3. Lyhyt oikea K, vasen nopea suppu. 4. Pitkä vasen nopea kirraa.
Back with Gardemeister, he too is pushing hard. This stage is mainly downhill. The next one is all uphill, and that's where the engines lose around 100 brake horsepower in this extreme altitude. Approaching the first split, Rovanperä's time. Gardemeister beat him down the mountain. Well, at the moment he's on target to just under a second up. So Mitsubishi's number 1 needs to find more speed from somewhere if he's to make any headway into Gardemeister's lead. So far, he's the quickest through at the end of the test.
Racing in some places is so slippy. I think so it's small ice in the top in a few corners, and I'm not confident at all.
And he sounds like he's lacking a degree of confidence. Conditions, of course, the same for Gardemeister. He's just a couple of minutes behind him on the road. Later runners will probably find that the temperatures have risen a little bit. 11 seconds ahead before the stage. How's he fared towards the end? You can see the ice glistening on the surface that Rovanperä was talking about. 4.4 seconds slow is now just under 6 between them.
It was icy, and I don't have any grip. We was sliding everywhere. We was leading Harry in the start, but then nothing.
Indeed. Here comes Petter Solberg, also sliding. All too often this year, mechanical problems have made his bid to reclaim the World Championship he won in 2003 fall by the wayside, and that's been the case again in Argentina. The Norwegian's no quitter. He'll keep pushing his Subaru Impreza to the limit. In some places, this is a very tight and twisty technical stage, and there is no room at all for error. Huge boulders line the road, but Solberg is really in his element, especially now he's got some brakes again.
And line into early 6 right minus, keep very in at the crest. Early 5 left plus, and 2 right minus, tighter to 1.
Marcus Grönholm begins the day more than half a minute ahead of Solberg. The two-time world champion has also had his own mechanical gremlins this season, but so far the Peugeot 307 has run faultlessly in Argentina.
Ja vasen pitkä eri helppo yli nypyn. 8.
It's been the Finn's most competitive showing for a few rallies. He's utterly committed again today, just over a second slower than Solberg on this stage.
Oi, it was so slippery, yes. I don't know, it was ice on the very hard surface, the first 11 Ks. Oi.
Sebastian Loeb knows he can't back off for a second with Grönholm on top form this weekend. The Frenchman is pushing hard to extend his championship lead and his lead in the rally, or at very least to keep Marcus at arm's reach. The end of stage 18 coming up. Has he maintained his 26-second advantage? Well, it's certainly looking good. What a start from Loeb, quicker by 2.9 over Grönholm. He couldn't make his intentions clearer. He will not be giving this one up without a fight.
It was important this morning not to lose too much time of Marcus, and it's a bit like Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo on gravel, some ice in some parts, and it's not easy, but okay, I had a good drive.
At the other end of the leaderboard is Subaru's Chris Atkinson. The Aussie's shown signs of promise in his first season in the WRC, but after a string of retirements, he seems content to get the car to the finish here. But he does remain just outside the point-scoring places. He's in 9th. Roman Kresta has found out today he'll be replaced by Mikko Hirvonen as Ford's second point scorer in Finland, and he looks unlikely to bring any points home in Argentina. He drops another place on stage 18, down to 11th. Armin Schwartz is the sole remaining Skoda driver. The experienced German's been unable to force his way into the point-scoring places, and he looks unlikely to improve on 16th. Another frustrating weekend for the little Czech team. So after the first stage on day 3, Loeb's lead is now nearly 30 seconds. Gardemeister in 4th, Duval in 7th, finding their positions under serious threat. Atkinson may need someone ahead to have a problem to move into the points, but he is at least on course to score a manufacturer's point for Ford. Robin Perez's pursuit of Gardemeister will continue after the break. Stay with us to find out how that one ends up. For the first time this weekend, the sun has made an appearance, much to the delight of the hardy Argentine supporters who have braved some terrible weather to cheer on their heroes. It's even been snowing at the highest points on stage 19. After 3 big accidents in the opening 6 rallies this season, Francois Duval is under pressure to get his Citroën Zara safely to the finish. It's meant he couldn't push as hard as he'd have liked, but he is at least able to pull away from Manfred Stoll's older Citroën Zara on stage 19. With the gap now nearly half a minute, his position should be safe. But the fight for 4th is anything but decided. It's not the first time that Rovanperä and Gardemeister have been battling for position this season. The two Finns often find themselves in a squabble for the top 5 places, and there's no quarter given when they come head-to-head. It's an incredibly fast section. World Rally cars reaching speeds up to 190 kilometers an hour flat out. This requires concentration, skill, and a fair degree of bravery as well.
Oikea K, pitkä vasen, nopea alas. 6. Hypyn oli oikea K plus kirraa nopeaksi sisältä.
The Mitsubishi driver was faster on stage 18, so how can Gardemeister respond? The gap was down to 5.9 seconds as they started this test. Tony is really attacking in the last few kilometers though.
Oikea K, ei. 6. Maali 3, vasen K. Stop.
Well, this time it's Gardemeister who's quickest. That was a superb effort.
We had a split at 20k's at 1.5. You're behind, Harry, but your stage time is actually quicker, so you have a bit of a steaming effort in the last few k's.
We get information that we are a bit behind, and I started to push, but it was very, very, very tricky in the end because it was full ice and snow, small snow on the end, and we were sliding wide many times.
3, 2.
Peter Solberg's turn next to take on the 24.5 kilometers of Mino Clavero.
100.
The Norwegian is rapidly running out of time to claw back any seconds from the lead pair, and the win that he desperately needs looks set to elude him once again.
Keep right of a crest, 30, will be shot, 6 left bus, opens of a crest, 80, black crest, 40, 6 left bus of a crest, black crest, 60, flat of a long crest, 250, line into unseen, neat, 6 left minus of a crest, tightens.
He's nearly 11 seconds slower than Gardemeister. It looks as though he's resigned himself to 3rd place.
300, small crest, 100.
But has Gronholm conceded defeat in his pursuit of Sebastian Loeb? He certainly appears to be pushing hard. Deep down, he must know he can't catch the world champion unless he has a problem. But unfortunately, that just never seems to happen.
3. Vasen pirun pitkä nopea. 5. Oikea täys. 8. Nypy oikea pitkä hidas. Ja vasen nopea. Vettä. 7. Ja oikea jouhee. Kivi sisällä.
Gronholm betters Solberg's time, but has it been good enough to concern Sebastian Loeb?
8. Vasen tosi hidas. Kivi sisällä. Jatkuu vasen nopea. Kirraa.
Frankly, that seems unlikely. Whatever his 2 closest rivals have come up with this season, Loeb has consistently had the ability to find another level. He's never won in Argentina, though. It seems, however, there is nothing that the Frenchman isn't capable of this year. This is clearly a driver at the peak of his profession. He really is a sight to behold. Loeb is quicker than both Gronholm and Solberg, but even he can't better Gardemeister's excellent time.
At the start it was normal for a gravel rally, but at the end it was completely Monte Carlo. A lot of ice without any studs, so it was very slippery and very narrow, a lot of stones on the side. In my position, it's not so easy to drive in this condition.
Gardemeister's time has given him a bit of breathing space ahead of Rovanperä, while the top three are unlikely to challenge each other with just one major stage remaining. Only fate, it seems, can intervene. Stage 20 is a repeated run through the high-altitude El Condor. It's the final stage before the two super specials, and Chris Atkinson is running out of time to force his way into the points. Manfred Stoll is the man that he's chasing. The privateer Austrian is ahead of him in 8th place, and he's quicker than the Australian on stage 20. The gap between the two will be 13.5, with the two 3.1-kilometre super specials left to go. Francois Duval will look back at Rally Argentina as a reasonable success. He's on course to score a couple of points for Citroën, and after easing his way into competition again, can look to increase his speed at future events. It's been another frankly average performance from Peugeot's Marco Martin. The Estonian is one of only two drivers to have scored points in every round this season, but only 3 of those have been podium finishes. And for a driver of Martin's ability that's challenged and won at rallies last year, that's just not good enough. He remains a secure 6th, but he's now dropped off the pace of the battle for 4th. Rovanperä is working very hard behind the wheel. He's been really enjoying his rallying with Mitsubishi this year, and the Lance has been handling well on the sandy stages of Argentina. He's been in 5th place for most of the weekend, but this morning he's edged ever closer to Tony Gardemeister in 4th. Ford's number 1 was back to form last time out in Greece with a fine 2nd place after some indifferent form this season. But he's not been able to find exactly the same level here. Like Martin, he's scored points in every round. Indeed, the two are tied in the championship coming to Argentina. He's also helped keep up Ford's record-breaking run of scoring in the manufacturer's standings. Gardemeister can't quite match Rovanperä's time here. It's just half a second slower to maintain his slight advantage. Marcus Grönholm's not far behind onto stage 20. He's put in a gritty performance. His 307 has been perfectly reliable. His only complaint that the rally leader Sebastian Loeb seems to be in a completely different league.
Ja oikein nopea sluppu. 5 oikein pitkä hidas. 8 ja nyt oikea laita, vasen pitkä hidas kiviä sisällä. Vastaan nyt oikea laita, vasen pitkä hidas kiviä sisällä.
As always, the Frenchman makes it seem effortless no matter what the surface or the difficulties. There seems to be little chance of anyone beating him on his current form. The only hope for the others is that Sebastian makes a mistake or Citroën suffers some reliability problems. And when did that last happen?
Droite à fond et attention, gauche au frein, pour droite 140 moins 1000 €. Gauche frein pour droite 140 moins 1000 €.
Peter Solberg will still remain as Loeb's closest rival in the Drivers' Championship should he remain in 3rd. But unless he can find some way to get back into the winner's circle as quickly as possible, the Frenchman will soon be out of sight and uncatchable.
Opens up long. Tightens 1, keep in. And don't cut short. 2 right, 20, neat, 1 left minus.
Solberg has pushed right to the finish though. He claims his 4th stage win of the weekend on stage 20.
Right minus half long, tightens 1.
Incredibly, the stage record on El Condor has been held by Colin McRae since 2001. That was until Peter Solberg this year. He smashed that record by just over 14 seconds. Comparing Solberg's performance this year with the Focus and McRae 4 years ago, you can see it's a close affair in the slower corners, but on the faster sections, it's just a completely different matter. Look how the Subaru pulls away. Sebastian Loeb's maintained his half-a-minute advantage. Gardemeister may have just about done enough to hold on to fourth. Back at Carlos Paz for the final service, the Citroën team can already reflect on a job well done for this weekend.
Yeah, it's a very good result for Sebastian and for Citroën, and also for François. We need to continue like this in the future.
You must feel satisfied with François Duval.
I'm satisfied because it's very important for François to scoring point in this rally. Very difficult, and after 2 months, it's very important for him to find again the confidence in the car, and it's very important to finish the rally.
Join us after the break to see if Loeb continues his record-breaking run here in. Welcome back to Argentina. Just the 2 super specials remain to give hordes of rally fans the chance to see the best drivers in the world performing right in front of them. Positions are rarely decided on such short stages, but there's still an outside chance Harry Rovanperä can take Tony Gardemeister's 4th place. Rovanperä is first up, racing head-to-head against Marco Martin. He's got nearly 8 seconds to make up and just 6 kilometers to do it in. A big ask for the Mitsubishi driver. That's a good time for Harry. Will it be good enough? Gardemeister's up against Solberg, who is comfortable in 3rd. He started slowly, but as the rally's moved on, he's picked up his pace. The Focus is a strong car, and on the tough Argentine stages, Tony's been pushing hard. He was fastest on Mina Clavero earlier, and that's the toughest stage of the event.
7. Pitkä pyöreä vasen, nopea plus. Aukee eri miinukset.
Nearing on the finish line just around the last corner.
Stop.
He's slower, but it's not enough to lose his position. 4th is his just by 5.6 seconds. Well, you're unlikely to ever win a rally on a super special, but you can definitely lose it, and that's got to be something that Sebastian Loeb is well aware of. No real close battles to be decided here, but assuming Loeb gets through unscathed, the assembled rally fans will witness the Frenchman racing here against Marcus Grönholm write another few lines in rallying's history books. This victory sets a new record for consecutive wins, 6 in a row, and it'll also give him yet another record for wins in a single season, 7 already, with just 9 rounds gone. You have to hand it to him. Loeb is the best in the business.
It's incredible how it's going well for us. This rally was very difficult to win because I was all the time under pressure with Marcus behind, and so it was not so easy to win it. And we had also a very difficult condition with snow and ice this morning. But I'm really happy to win here because it's an incredible rally.
Loeb's final winning margin, 26.1 seconds, and confirmation that Grönholm and Solberg complete the podium positions. Chris Atkinson couldn't quite claim a driver's point, and it's been a frustrating weekend for Works drivers Roman Cresta and Armin Schwartz as well.
Sebastian, congratulations. 7 victories this season and 10 good points for the championship.
Yes, again, 10 points for the championship. That's very good. Now we have a 27-point lead. That's a bit incredible for after 9 rallies, but I'm really happy, and especially to win here in Argentina, my 6th rally in a row. That's very, very nice because it was a hard fight. It's a very nice rally, a lot of people, so it was very exciting.
You must feel you can be World Rally Champion again this year now?
I can, yes, that's sure I can, but it's 7 rally to go, and so it's never finished, but it's a good start.
Loeb's lead in the Drivers' Championship now a considerable 27 points. That's nearly 3 clear wins. Solberg is still 2nd. Marcus Grönholm, though, moves up to 3rd as a result of his Argentine result. Much closer in the manufacturers. Citroën just 6 points in hand over Peugeot. Ford in 3rd, holding off Subaru's attack. One of the few achievements left below is to win the Finnish Grand Prix, Rally Finland. He'll get his chance soon. That'll be the next stop on the WRC trail. Can he do it? Can he be only the third ever non-Scandinavian to claim that win? For the moment, though, time to save a victory in Argentina, another first for the Frenchman. Keep up to date in the meanwhile with all the latest rally news. Go to the official website at wrc.com. Until we meet next time out in Finland, it's goodbye from Argentina and goodbye from me, Martin Haven. Bye for now.